YouTube, how's it going? The Goat House is back with my locks of NFL Week 12. Every week we have this on Thursday, but doing it on Wednesday evening this week since we have 3 Thursday games. So really excited about this. Tough week, but going over locks, potential bets. Follow us on Twitter for any prop bets, any bets that I'll be placing here for any of the days full of NFL games. But join us for all of our content. Like, subscribe to notifications on. Follow us on Twitter. Liquid IV is actually 30% off for a short time. Code GOAT. Same thing for GLD Shop. Code GOAT. Always 33% off. Links pinned in the comments for anything you're looking for. For the best spread pick, back and forth between my top two here. Really like the Bucks plus 2.5, but I'm leaning Steelers -1. Don't want to overthink this. Even if Joe Burrow was playing, the Steelers had a shot to win. They were going to play this close. Matt Canada gone. Does it mean that much change? Not really, but right away, I think so. I think it kind of motivates the team, and it's tough for defenses to game plan for them because it might look a little different. But again, no Joe Burrow. The Steelers should have this game. So Steelers -1 at Cincy. I do like the Bucks. I picked the Bucks to win, and they're getting 2.5 points against the Colts. I like how the matchup favors them on both sides of the ball, but a game that could go either way. The Ravens -3.5. Chargers supposed to tweak some things, so that could be a little scary, but Ravens are the far better team. The matchup favors them. They should definitely cover that. And the Chiefs -8.5. Pretty big spread, but a little salty after that last game. Much, much better team. They should be able to put up some points. Last week, the Chargers really hurt us on that lock. Couple drop touchdowns, fumble at the 1-yard line. Pretty brutal. But overall, against the spread, been pretty good this year when picking every single game. Next, some alternate spreads. If you bring the Chiefs down to this is more for parlays. If you're building a parlay and you want to play it safe, 6-1 on the locks, 24-10 on the year. Chiefs -2. Steelers, if they do lose, it'll be very, very close. If you bring that up to +4, Tampa, you can bring that up to +7. Lions and Dolphins pretty much in the same boat, -2, and the Ravens, you can make them underdog. So if you're trying to pair 2 or 3, or if you're crazy, 4 of these together, these are some good options, for that parlay potentially. Straight up, still only have 1 loss on the year. The Bills against the Patriots, 10-1 on the year. Done pretty good on these. It was tough to pick an actual lock. I'm going to go with the Chiefs, though. There's ones that I like. It was just tough to pick which one is, out of these that I listed is my lock. I was actually originally going to go Dolphins because, they're playing against Tim Boyle, but it's in New York, Black Friday. I know college games, the weekday games are weird, so there's randomly a Friday game this year for the NFL, so could some weird things happen. The Jets still have pretty good defense, but, man, they're playing Boyle. Dolphins should handle business there, but I like the Chiefs, especially since they lost last week. They moved the ball well enough to score 30 points, but they didn't, so they go out and execute. They don't fumble the ball this week. They catch the ball this week. Just far better than the Raiders. The Raiders been doing all right because the weapon's been getting open for Aiden O'Connell, but Chiefs are really tight in coverage. They should handle business. Dolphins, Cowboys, Lions are teams that should handle business as well. For upset money line, I've been doing great on these. So if you bet on my upset team, my upset lock every single week, just straight up to win, you'd be making some money right now because we're 8-2 on those. Done really well on those this year. I'm going to go with the Bucks this week. Could go Texans because they're a very good team. They're home, and they already beat the Jags up pretty good. But I'm feeling the Bucks this week. +2.5, so they're +114. That is a pretty good odds there for a team that I think it should be favored in that matchup. The Colts not too strong in the secondary. You can throw on them. Bucks have weapons to have success there, and I think Rachaad White's been getting going pretty well. And the Colts offensively, they more rely on the run game, which they could have a good day there. But the Bucks are good stopping the run. Where they get beat are the teams airing it downfield. The Colts really don't do that a whole lot, and the Bucks also can create turnovers. So I both sides of the ball, it feels like the favorite favors them. They could lose the game. I'm surprised they're getting 2.5 points. I'm surprised they're +114. And then Texans +102. I have them winning as well. I have teams like the Falcons winning, who it's been bouncing around them being underdogs. Right now they're favored by 1, seeing an even line. I picked the Cardinals to beat the Rams. That one's a toss-up, though. At one point, the Cardinals were underdogs, but now it is an even line. So you could throw those teams in here if they become underdogs at any point. So those are my favorite upset picks. Over-under's been tough this year. Patriots Giants is a very low total, but man, with DeVito against Belichick's Patriots defense, I don't expect much. I know Barkley can do some damage like last week, but the Patriots are usually good. If you have like one thing that is way better than the rest, it's really good at kind of limiting that, making the weak parts beat them. And then the Patriots offense still hasn't really done much. The Giants defense has been playing well. So I had a 13-12 final in this game. So I think it's going to be around that range. And then Bills Eagles, the Bills offense starting to come alive. Tough to game plan for with the new coordinator. Joe Brady, only second game there. So I think the Bills off. And it looks like you can move the ball on the Eagles. Definitely looks like it. I think Diggs has a bounce-back game here after being kind of cold the last couple weeks. And the Eagles, I think Hurts has success, mainly on the ground, but he will in the air against the Bills' defense too. Swift, the A.J. Brown bounce-back game. So I like that one to go over. I don't know if it's going to crush that over, but it should go over. And then looking at my best bets, kind of made some parlays out of this. And you see at the bottom, I really like the Bucks winning that game. We listed it in the parlay options. Bump that up a half a point because I really don't see them losing by more than that. But I like them to win. I feel pretty good about it. So I wouldn't throw the Bucks money line in a parlay. I mean, you could, pair it with if you're going for some pretty good odds. The Bucks money line with the Steelers -1, or the Steelers money line, or the Chiefs money line. It's not as great of odds. But my favorite single bet to do away from the parlay, something about that Bucks game. Colts haven't been as good at home. I think the Bucks are better. I think they're slightly better. But if we're going to make a parlay, I do love the Steelers -1. They pretty much got to win that game. They should win that game. Jake Browning, the difference between Burrow and Browning, pretty massive. Pretty massive. Steelers already have a good defense. They already could win that game if Burrow was playing. So you'd think they'd handle business. Maybe some motivation there with Matt Canada gone. Maybe they play better. Tough game plan for the Bengals defense because, it's not the hardest game plan in the world. It's the Steelers offense, but you don't know what to expect. Are they going to use Jalen Warren more? Are they going to run the ball more or less? Is there going to be different play calls and different scenarios? Yes, probably. So like the Steelers, the Chiefs should handle business. And the money line, with the best bets, I try to do things that are better than -500 odds because a lot of times those boost or the where you get your money back, if the parlay bonus bets, whatever they're called, you got to keep it under -500 for some apps. So that's what I try to do with this. So you could sit here and say Dolphins money line, things like that, but not pretty terrible odds. So Steelers -1, Chiefs money line, and then I do like the Bucks +3. If you're as confident as me with the money line or +2.5, go for it. The Lions money line, not the worst odds in the world. I know the Packers are playing better ball, but Lions at home on Thanksgiving, they're didn't play that great last week. They're trying to get back to playing great ball. Packers can't stop the run. Lions are fantastic running the football. And then some other ones, some alternate lines I threw in there. I was hesitant about putting the Ravens in there, though, because the Chargers +4, though, they'll be fine. They'll be fine. Because the Chargers, I heard, are tweaking some things when it comes to play calls, mainly on defense and personnel, which players they're using, but are they going to put change which players are playing this many snaps and get better? I don't know if that's, if you really can fully believe that, but that's what I have for this week. It is a very tough week. There are a few games I mentioned throughout this video that I really like. Again, Steelers, Bucks, some teams that should be locks to win games just straight up. So let me know your guys' thoughts in the comments. Always talking with you guys on Twitter. We have loads of content here at the Goat House. Always more being added to the rotation or weeks here and there, even in the off season. So join us. Check out those sponsors. Liquid IV is an extra. We have an extra 10% off, so 30 total this week only. Check it out. It's gonna do it. Thanks for watching. Goodbye.